books for as long as you have, what's the single fantasy you'd like to live out as a comic book character in a video game? Clean fantasy.
My whole life is a fantasy. I wish you had prepared me for this before. What's the single fantasy I'd like to live out as a comic? Well, I'd kind of like to be as strong as the Hulk, as smart as Reed Richards. I can't say as good looking as anybody, because hey, you know. I really don't have any fantasies. As you know, I live a very well-ordered, simple life. I try not to imagine anything. I'm cut and dry and very practical, and I feel that's the way it should be. We mustn't get too emotional or too dramatic or carried away by these things. I'll show you to ask me tough questions.
Okay, this is a tough one. Now, while multiple superheroes have had their differences in the past, did you ever envision such a serious divide as what we saw in Civil War?
Oh, the Civil War. And incidentally, I'm not deaf. I hear. It's just these damn microphones that
we have the same problem.
So
we have the same problem.
Can't understand. Anyway, the Civil War. Did I ever imagine such a divide? Well, that Registration Act and those series of comics, I think, were one of the best ideas ever in comics. Because to take half of the characters, of the heroes, and make them fight the other half, and to do it for a good, sensible reason that sort of ties in with current events, I think that was brilliant. I wish I could take some credit for it, but I had nothing to do with it, although I wish I did. And then to put it in a game and let the game player make all these choices. Whose side do you want to be on? Who do you want to be with? What do you want to do? And how do you do it? And I mean, when I started writing comics years ago, I never dreamt that these silly little panels could someday turn out to be something that's even more gripping than a movie. Because in a motion picture, you're just watching the story. In Activision games, you're part of the story, you're playing the story, and you're creating the story. So I don't know what it'll be like in another 10 years, but whatever it is, boy, I hope I'm around to see it, because you guys are wizards.
All right, so now we're going to open it up to questions, because you've got a ton of people here to ask questions, and there should be a mic out there someplace. Totally can't see him blind. So, there's a dude with a mic right over there.
All right, guys.
The mic's over here.
Bye. Okay.
Can you see anything out there?
Totally not.
You see anything? If you didn't occasionally make some noise, we'd think we were talking to an empty room.
All right, I see somebody there.
Sadly, you're off.
Hey, I want to mention something about what they said. You know, an actor in a movie or so forth, they can use their whole body. If they want to look scared, they can go like that. Or whatever expression they want. They use their hands, their legs, their face, their eyes. A voice actor only has his or her voice and has to get as much emotion and as much drama as possible just with the voice. And that's pretty difficult. And I don't think most people realize how difficult it is or how skilled these guys really are. And I'm not usually this serious, so forgive me.
I can attest to that too.
All right, thank you.
Hello. I just want to say, Stan, you are my greatest hero in the Marvel Universe. And my question, for downloadable characters, would you ever consider adding Black Bolt?
In Eddie Black Bolt? Oh boy, he's one of my favorites, and why haven't we had the Inhumans? I think mainly it's because they weren't, were they involved in the Civil Wars? I don't remember. Well, that's probably why. So maybe next we'll do the Revolutionary Wars or something. Throw the Inhumans in. That's a good question, and I'm going to go back and talk to some people and give them help.
But for now, we're staying silent on Black Bolt.
You only get one.